Hey students, today Mr. Matthews, that's me, is going to show you how to use the other side of our pencil set, this side and here. We already know about these graphite pencils, so we'll talk about those in a little bit, but mostly about these charcoal things today. So you're going to need your sketchbook, your pencil pack, either a tissue paper or a paper towel, and one Q-tip. So go get those right now and get all set up, and then we'll start while you're ready. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna set this aside, and we're just gonna talk about these things really quickly, and then we'll actually create a cheat sheet that will hopefully help you be successful and use charcoal in a very clean way, okay? So opening up our pencil pack, we have our graphite pencils, and they go from 4H to 6B, and that is just showing the hardness of the lead inside and what kind of things. And you saw that while we were doing the cheat sheet for the pencil pack. And then we have our pencil sharpener, our two erasers. Then we have these stick things, and then these pencils over here, okay? So let's just talk about these pencils really quick. These are charcoal pencils, and we have a hard charcoal pencil, and that would be your H-type pencils. Then we have a medium charcoal pencil, and that'll be like your HB pencils. And then we have a soft charcoal pencil, which would be your B pencils. Though the theory is really that they kind of leave off where the 6B ends. So even though this is a hard charcoal pencil, it's gonna be darker than a 6B, okay? So these charcoal pencils aren't necessarily in here, but I'm just trying to talk about the hardness of the lead inside, and they're going to give you different qualities when we use them. We have this other pencil, which was right next to it, and this is called a woodless pencil. That means it just has graphite, like the tips of your pencils here, all the way through, and no wood around it. It breaks really easily, and it sort of sounds like glass. It has this black paint around it to protect you so you don't get graphite all over your fingers. And I'll show you how to use that in a bit too. The next thing we have are these sticks. These shiny ones are called graphite sticks, and this is a 2B, and it is the same exact as this pencil, the 2B. So this is just a solid block of what's inside this 2B pencil. We have a 4B one, which is the same as a 4B pencil, and then we have a 6B one, which is the same as a 6B pencil. And so those are used in different ways, and we'll go over those in a bit. Then we have these. We have a soft one. Mine broke already. They break pretty easily. And that is the same as a soft graphite pencil. So we have a medium one, that's the same as the medium, and then we have a hard one, which is the same as the hard graphite pencil. And we'll go over how to use them in a moment. So those are our pencils. That's the full pencil set. Let's go to our sketchbook, and I want you to turn to page 26. I don't believe you have anything there, but if you do, then turn to page 27, and we're gonna make a little cheat sheet here, okay? So I'm gonna write down charcoal. Set cheat sheet. Oops, there we go. And then I'm just gonna draw 3 squares, okay? One, they're about an inch by an inch. 2, and 3. I'm gonna write hard, medium, and soft. Okay, now what we're going to do is find our charcoal pencil. And so I'm going to start with the hard one right here. And you can see mine is needing to be sharpened. So we're going to grab our pencil sharpener. And I would not use these in any of our electric pencil sharpeners because they're just going to break immediately. You can use the graphite pencils in our pencil sharpeners, these black ones, but not the gray pencils, okay? This is going to work the best. And you have these 2 holes. You have the small one and the bigger one. You want to use the bigger one for your charcoal pencils. So you can put it in there, cup it in your hand, so that all the shavings go in one place that you can take and put into the garbage can. And you're going to sharpen away, and you'll get something like this. You're not gonna get a very fine tip. These pencils just don't do that, okay? So you can try to get a fine tip by putting it into the smallest one, but it's more gonna eat up your pencil than get you a really sharp point. It's gonna get you about that, and that's not much difference than the other one, but you're gonna waste a lot of pencil. You can take this to the garbage and dump it out. Put this back where we got it from. And then what we're gonna do is take our pencil and we're gonna pinch and wrap our fingers around it, like we've done before. So pinch our pencil and wrap our fingers around. And then we're just gonna use small circles for this box and fill it up with graphite, or charcoal, sorry. So we're filling it up, and what I'm doing is gonna rotate my pencil as I go. So I sharpen it, and I sharpen the lead part, or the charcoal part, rather than waste it in the pencil sharpener. So you can see a lot of dark, dense, or a lot of white spots in there. The tooth of the paper is sort of like this crumpled up tissue. And so charcoal is going to fall into the cracks of it, and then those peaks are going to stand up. And so if we want to get rid of those peaks or those white spots, we're just going to have to add more layers to it. And I'm not pressing really hard. I'm just going over it in little circles. And there we go. Then I'll go to the medium, grab my medium one, sharpen that up, and then I'm going to use the side. And you can see the same pressure, but how dark it goes, just because it's a little bit softer than the hard pencil. It's going to get you a little bit more of a darker value immediately. Just put in little circles there, like so. And then we'll go to the soft one. Pinch and wrap our fingers around, and then you can see how quickly this dark one fills in with value immediately. It's because the lead or the charcoal is softer, and so it's breaking off quicker and faster, and it's going to give us a darker value in a faster manner. So we have 3 different values, and yes, they look kind of similar, but what we could do is take a tissue paper or a paper towel, and we can just put our finger inside and just do little circles, and we can start smoothing this out and blending it, and you can see that it becomes a nice soft gray. You can do the same thing again with this medium one. It comes a darker soft gray. And then the same thing again with this soft one, it becomes even darker. So we have these 3 different value tones from there. And let's just say I take a 6B and draw a square here. And then do the same thing I was doing before with the charcoal one. And you can see it goes in pretty quickly, right? But the thing with graphite, it's going to be a lot shinier, whereas graphite's going to be a little bit duller and matte and a little bit more realistic. And so when I go in with my blending tool and I blend it, it's going to look a little bit more, I don't know, let's see if I can catch the light, a little bit more shinier than if I was to do these. So that is sort of those pencils in use. Let's go into these little graphite sticks right here. Let me pull this up. These graphite sticks right here, the shinier ones. And so let me just grab, let me actually just draw a couple boxes here. So we need another rectangle here. So we're gonna have a 2B, and then we're gonna have a 4B and a 6B. And I'll split them in half. So a 2B pencil, if I took a 2B pencil, you can see how long it takes to fill it up with a 2B pencil, right? And I can take a 4B pencil, do the same thing. And you can see how long, same pressure it takes to fill this all up with value. I'm going a little bit faster than I would normally, just because I have students about to come in. Then I can take a 6B pencil and put that value in the same, these graphite pencils. And you can see the difference. But this 2B stick, watch how quickly I can put in the value. Done. I can take the 4B stick, put in the value. Done. I can take the 6B one and put in value. Done. So this will save you a lot of time if you're trying to fill in big sections. So this is really good for details, and this is good for filling in big sections. Now the thing is, your hands are going to get dirty. And the best way to use these is actually by taking a piece of towel and then using these towels or paper towel or Kleenex to hold on to them. So then your graphite gets on the paper towel or the Kleenex and not your fingers. So you keep your hands nice and clean. If you are, let's go back to that 6B pencil. Another great thing about those sticks, these sticks right here, is that if I was using a 6B pencil, the widest line I can get is like that, right? But if I use this stick, the widest line I can get is something like that. So it fills in a lot of area really quickly, okay? So this is what you would use these tools for. The same goes with these charcoal sticks down here. They just relate to these gray pencils. And so these gray pencils are great for doing details, but then these charcoal sticks are great for filling in large areas of tone and value. Let's say I take this medium and I take it and make a line like that. But if I take that same medium in a stick form, I can make a line like that. I can make it like this. So it fills in a lot more space, so you don't have to sit there all day and just be like, small circles, small circles. So it's about which tool you use for the job. The next thing we need to talk about is this woodless pencil. You can sharpen it with your pencil sharpener. The thing with that is it's just going to give you a lot of charcoal dust, and it's not going to give you, it's going to start eating away your pencil really quickly, okay? This pencil is great. It's sort of a lot like this pencil, just all of that. And so you can get some really nice fat lines with this, where you couldn't with this. You can also get some really small ones. The only problem with this one is when you erase it, it doesn't erase that well. Okay, you're still gonna get a ghost image. So if you're planning out stuff, I would still use a 4H pencil to like sketch ideas, because that 4H pencil is the easiest to erase. This is sort of just a pencil that you can use at any time to get some bigger areas and fill things in if you like. It breaks really easy, so be careful with it. Another thing you can do with this pencil, this one right here, to sharpen it, is what you can do is if we go to our very last page, so that we find in the back cover, and I'm turning this over, if you want to sharpen your pencil, the easiest way to do it is just hold it at an angle and then wear down a nice flat spot. And then once you have a flat spot, turn it over and wear down the other side, and then turn it over again so that you get a nice point. And so you're just going to rub this pencil onto the sheet on the back of your page, and you're gonna get a nice sharp point without losing it or creating a lot of dust. And this will keep your pencil in good form for a long time. Now the other thing you can do with it is, let's say you're working on a drawing and you know you're like, oh, I got this. I'll make a bigger space here, okay? And you need some value, but you don't want to use all your pencil, and you're like, oh, I need to draw with it. What you could do is take, let's say, Kleenex or something, come back here, rub the Kleenex on it, get some value, and then you can draw with it. And you can put in tones that you might need for whatever you are creating. And you can make those tones real quick and they're right there. You also have the chance to get your Q-tip. Let's say you're blending things and you can make things darker and just use that sort of like a paint palette of charcoal that you can go from, and you can really build up some great tones and use what you already use to get your pencil sharpened, but not have to go anywhere, and it's right there for you. Another great thing about this is that you can create value. Let's say, let me just do this. Grab some more value, and I want this a little bit darker in here. What you can do is use your eraser to draw in highlights so things pop out of your page a little bit more. And then you can go in with your pencils, whichever pencils you need, and you can add some details. Like so. And so we're just using our tools now to create those things that we need so that we can express ourselves a little bit clearer, easier, better. And then we have the knowledge on how to do those things, and we can finesse them with these tools to make things look a little bit more realistic as we go. So those are the ways that I would use these tools. Another thing with these charcoal pencils, you don't want to press hard, okay? If you press hard, I'm going to do this just so you can see it. It annoys me. But let's say you press hard, it's going to break. It's going to break because this is really soft lead. And look how much lead it took out of your pencil. And so then you're going to have to sharpen quite a ways down to get back to a good amount of points. And I had this friend in college, and sometimes your lead gets stuck in there, and so you have to tap it out, and then you have to start all over. Friend in college, they said the best way, see, multiple times, the best way for these pencils to work is by using them lightly. So just using the edge and then lightly shading with them and putting the value on there, on the page. Not pressing really hard, but I'm just putting some value on there, nice and dark, and then using your blending tools to soften it and then layering it up. You can get really, really dark with these just by going over lightly, over and over and over again. So don't feel like you have to just push it right down in there immediately, but you can just layer it and layer this on nice and lightly, and then use your blending tools to smooth it out, and it'll make your pencils last a lot longer. All right, so that is the charcoal set cheat sheet. That's the back page. Don't actually have to draw this person. Take a picture of that page 26. See if I can find mine. There it is. And then upload it to our assignment so I know that you know about these pencils. Make sure that your pencil set gets put back. All the things are back in there. Do not lose these things, because if you do lose them or break them, that's on you, not me. I do not have any replacements. And then we can start creating some artwork now that we have that done. If your station looks like mine, a little bit of a mess, like right here, all you have to do is take your hand and sweep it in to your hand, all that stuff. Take your clean side of your tissue paper and put that in there, and then take all of this to the garbage can. I think that should cover us for today. Can't wait to see what you make with all these new tools.